Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's intraday analysis video, brought to you by the creators of proprietary price, pattern, and time methodology. Learn the PPT strategies and profit for life. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Well, folks, we just got the FOMC policy statement out at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. The market's initially spiking higher, although it's not a dramatic spike higher. Right now, the SPY is up 42 cents coming off its highs. S&P 500 up about 4 points. Dow up 25. NASDAQ up about 13. So you're getting a little bit of a move up. Although I have to say, I would not be surprised to see some sort of reversal either today or tomorrow in the markets, mainly because of what they said. They actually said that there was half of the whole entire Federal Reserve, which again I think is 10 presidents, that wanted to end QE in entirety by the end of 2013. That's kind of shocking to me. And again, so far the markets haven't picked up much on that because they kind of went back on it later in the statement. But I did think that was very interesting to note, folks. And again, the spiders are coming down a little bit here because, I mean, we're not talking about just toning it down a little bit. We're saying that half of all the Fed presidents wanted to end it at the end of 2013. All right, now again, will they end it? No, I don't think so, because obviously the other half doesn't. But you have to look at it and say that's surprising. I mean, I would have expected maybe tone it down to half or something by the end of the year, and then maybe tone it down another half the first quarter of 2014. But really, there is a beginning to develop large body within the Federal Reserve, and obviously large meaning 50% thus far, that want to end QE in its entirety by the end of this year. So again, markets again, small pullback off the highs. We're only up 30 cents now on the SPY. Bernanke speaks at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time. He's giving a speech, so that might be why the markets are kind of waiting here a little bit. But just keep in mind, you heard it here, if there's a reversal today or tomorrow, just remember what I said. That statement alone, the market hasn't picked up on it yet. Maybe they're starting to now, but that statement alone gets my attention quite a bit. Quite a bit. Okay? All right, so that's what we're seeing right there, guys, on the spiders. If I go to the daily chart, here's your chart of the spiders, the SPY, which is, again, above this trend line right here. There is a little bit of resistance we just came into, which is this pivot high right here as well on the daily chart. As I zoom in, you can see that a little bit more clearly. Again, SPY up 32 cents right now, just hovering up on the day, but not up that much, as we said. Now, there's some big moves in the commodities and currencies. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar has been crushed here on the Fed statement. Take a look at this drop intraday. It was down already on the day going into this, but this is a big pullback on the UUP. So notice this pivot high right here, which again is a key gap fill going back to 2012 right here. This was a gap fill which was filled yesterday, and the drop pullback today on the dollar. In response, the FXY is ripping higher today, although it's come off its highs. But take a look at that rip higher and then reversal on the statement. So there's a lot of action, not only in the stock market, but in the currencies as well, plus in commodities, guys. Take a look at the USO. USO is up about 77 cents today. That's another big move. Oil continues to advance, and you have to think that at some point, if oil continues up here, it's going to start having a negative impact on the overall economy. And what kind of makes me even more interested here is that this is coming, right? The USO is trading at 104, 105, I guess $105 per barrel, right? That's what crude oil's at, around 105, maybe even a little bit above 105 right now. That's all coming with the markets, not fully having any inflation yet. And honestly, that scares me a lot for the future. And again, this isn't something that's going to be an issue right now, right here. What I'm saying is in 3 years, when you start to see a little inflation, what's oil going to be trading at? $150, $200 a barrel? I mean, the economy here domestically and globally, especially in China, is in the crapper. I mean, domestically, it's not horrible, right? We're seeing a little bit of growth, 2% growth in GDP per year or so. But if you look at China, China's basically in a recession, if not depression. Europe's a whole mess right there. India's not doing well either. And what happens when all these countries start to do better? I mean, you literally will be looking at $150, $200 a barrel in oil, in my opinion. All right, guys, and I think that's something we just want to keep in the back of our minds. I don't think it's an issue right now, but we should be paying attention to it. And look at the move up. Obviously, there's somewhat of a of an increase in price based off of the Egyptian situation, but that's only one country. That's not, all of the Middle East. So I don't think it's that much of a factor here. We're also seeing drawdowns in the U.S.'s inventories, which has been a big catalyst to this move up. But again, guys, this is definitely something to pay attention to. There's a key trend line right here I want you guys to keep an eye on. We're above it right now, although I want to see if tomorrow we confirm above this. Right now, you're above it just a little bit right there, and we want to see if we do confirm above it tomorrow. All right, guys, so let's keep an eye on that. Going over to some other commodities, the GLD today is up $1.26. That continues to advance 3 days in a row now after the big fall last Friday. 3-day advance here to the upside. You're now into a little bit of resistance. You have the high pivots right here. All right, and then also you have the gap fill right here in the 20 coming up. So there'll be some resistance on the USO. Let's jump back to the spiders here and see what's going on there. Spiders have come in just up 19 cents, so nice little decline continues in the charts, guys, and we'll keep a close eye on that. One thing to note here, and I got to redraw this line, but let me just redraw it right now for you guys. This trend line's been a key trend line for quite a while, including all of yesterday. We popped above it just now, but look at this. We pierced it, pulled back, pierced it, closed above, and now we're pulling back. This continues to be, this was the high pivot here yesterday all day long, and continues to be today. So let me just draw this one in as well from the upper one, because this will come back into play as well right here. We always want to keep our lines in our charts and extended right there. So keep an eye on that, all right? So again, nice pullback on the spiders, just up 7 cents now. So again, we could be going negative. We might be seeing that reversal that I was just mentioning off of that Fed statement. And this is why it's important to kind of listen to the Fed statements as well. Because, I mean, listen, the market ignored it, yet I spotted that. You see that? Now, again, I don't know if the markets will really sell off that much today alone because we have the Ben Bernanke speaking at 4:10 today in a speech. It's just like an economic speech or whatever, but the market thinks he'll comment on something or other. So, I don't know if that'll have a big impact, but I think the market thinks that he may say something, which makes me think we wouldn't see a major reversal today. But if we were to go negative and come back to the lows of the day today and even just close flat or lower today, I think that would be a signal of a coming sell-off in the next few days. I'm going to just go on the record and say that pure and simply. So just watch where we end today. Maybe they push us back to the highs. Who knows? But if we end up closing flat or negative today on the day, look for, in my opinion, continued selling. All right, one stock I'm following very closely is Apple. And you can see I day traded this on and off all day long today. Pulled about $1,000 out of it in multiple day trades, and all these dots represent day trades that I've done on Apple. Just great day trading today. We day traded in the chat quite a bit, but in any case, one thing to note here is this trend line right here. Let me just get rid of those so you can actually see the chart. There we go. And this trend line right here, folks, notice how we're holding above it today. As long as you stay above this, I'm actually slightly positive on Apple. So again, just a heads up again. Apple, I've been negative as long as we've been below here. I've been negative. Now you stay on this pivot point. If you close above again, especially if you confirm, then you're really positive. But even if you just stay above, it could be consolidating above the 50 MA for a breakout higher. And I am slightly positive on a close above with confirmation. I'd be very much positive. So keep an eye on that, guys. I think that's a very important chart to watch in terms of Apple. JPM, negative on the day, guys. So JPM right here, negative. Stock is coming back in after a nice pop on the Fed. But let's go back to the Spiders. Spiders bouncing a little bit up 14 cents. They're just holding the positive side of the market here. So that is something we want to follow just a bit. Chevron is up 50 cents, but Exxon's down about 30 cents. Goldman's down 90 cents. So we have a mixed bag. Really, Google's down $2. Baidu's up. Apple, as I mentioned, is flat on the day to slightly positive. Amazon's up 50 cents on the day as well. All right, guys, again, good day trading day, especially with this little added volatility. Markets are trying to bounce up a little bit. You got a nice reversal candle right here, but let's see what happens into the end of the day. Remember, Bernanke, 4 o'clock speech or a little after 4 speech. Could be market moving after hours. Earnings, Yum Brands reports after the bell. And then Friday's the big day with JP Morgan Chase reporting earnings before the bell. All right, guys, take care. Have a great afternoon, great evening. Come join us. Take the 7-day free trial here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Research Center is geared towards swing traders, while the intraday stock chat is geared towards day traders. Take care.